So I was I'm driving, and I'm sitting here thinking about how I was riding down the street where I can go, where I have
At the stop sign, turn left onto Mallow Street.
Okay, thank you, Siri. Where I basically have the right of way, but the other streets have stop signs. And the thought that ran across my head was, we still have to watch, of course, both ways, because there is always someone who may break the law, right?
At the stop sign, turn left onto Larkspur Street.
Thank you, Siri. And so that made me literally think about the laws of God, like the Torah. And one, the necessity for the Torah, right? The necessity for Torah, and also the fact that
at the stop sign, turn left onto Brinkley Street.
Okay, thank you. I'm not going to do that though. I'm going to keep going. But it's kind of like the reason why there is the law and Torah is because while there are those of us who would naturally keep Torah.
Turn left onto Alvin Street, then turn right onto Delilah Street.
For considering, the way that things are supposed to go.
At the stop sign, turn left onto Angleton Street, then turn right.
Okay, lady. For being considerate that there is other drivers or other people who may, be on the road too. There are those people who are not going to consider that.
At the stop sign, turn right onto Delilah Street, then turn right onto Cullen Boulevard.
Sorry, I got excited. I was supposed to be quiet with. Thank you, Siri. So in order to assist and make it to what it would be like with those who don't necessarily have the Torah given to them, like outwardly, because they already possess it within their spirit.
At the stop sign, turn right onto Cullen Boulevard.
Because they already possess it naturally within their spirit, for those who do not naturally possess it, the Torah is put in place so that they can look at it and then they can learn. They can learn it by...
In 1 mile, turn right onto South Loop East Freeway Service Road.
They can learn it by having it mandated that they do this. I hope that makes some sense. This was just another blonde moment. For people who don't know, I am a person who definitely believes in the Bible. I believe in God, or I know about the Bible. I know about God. And I'm also a person who practices tarot, and I understand that astrology is also from spirit and from the Most High God and all that good stuff. So I utilize all of these avenues and all of these mediums to help me on my journey, and not just myself but other people like me. But yeah, that really just came up real fast for me, just this idea of there are those of us who would keep the Torah, whether the Torah was actually written down or not, because we try to be cautious, right? But then there are those who they need to be told what to do, and it actually has to be enforced so that, ooh, I just did the wrong thing. It has to be enforced.
In 3/4 of a mile, turn right onto South Loop East Freeway Service Road.
Do it. Okay? But if they do it, even though it has to be said or written, or they have to be forced to do it, I mean, that's still good, because then that still creates order and structure and a safe space. That's what the Torah is about. That's what the laws of God are about. I'm not talking about ordinances and amendments from men who just kind of wanted to either make themselves...
At the next stop sign, turn right.
Make themselves look better than other people or more pious. I'm just talking about, The Torah of how to live in a city, how to deal with your brothers and your sisters, your neighbors, you know, how to deal with other people that you don't even know. All of that. Some people had to actually be told that because they didn't have it innately within their spirits or their minds to know what to do. All right, I feel like I'm being redundant at this point, so I'm going to end this blonde moment. I hope it makes sense to those that it's meant to. Like, I think that the reason I continue to talk about Torah is because with me growing up in church, I was taught that the whole law was done away. And when I read the Bible for myself, I began to see that that wasn't true at all. Like, the whole Bible is about the Torah and about it being in place and at work in the lives.
At the stop sign, turn right onto South Loop East Freeway Service Road.
Thank you, Siri. It's about literally the Torah being at work the whole time in the lives of most of the people in the Bible.
In 3/4 of a mile, turn left onto Martin Luther King Boulevard.
In some way, shape, or form. So I just don't understand how people who either read the Bible for themselves, I can't even say who read it for themselves, but maybe who read it for themselves could ever believe that it was done away, right? That's literally nowhere in Scripture. It's nowhere that the law is over, because the laws of God, the Torah, the instructions of God, they're everlasting. They keep going on and on. If that were the case, literally the world would be over. You know, it would be over.
At the next light, turn left.
Like, let me give an idea what I mean. There would be no night time. There would be no daytime. There would be no sunrise, no sunset.
At the light, use the left 2 lanes to turn onto Martin Luther King Boulevard.
Okay. Thank you, Siri. So yeah, those are just very simple, basic examples of what I mean. There will be no stars in the sky. There will be no grass. There will be no seasons. Summer, spring, winter, and fall. There will be none of that if the Torah of God ended.
Turn left.
If it ever ended, that would not exist. And so with that being said, I'm always trying to find a way to make that understood for all people, no matter what your religious creed is. You know, I'm always trying to make it clear how Torah is all around us every day, all day. It does not matter what your spiritual practices are. Torah still exists. Torah is another word for instructions. It's not even another word. It is the Hebrew word for instructions. Okay. All right. So with that being said, I'm going to stop. I hope and pray that this makes sense to someone. Peace, love, light, and darkness, which all work together. Even that is an example of Torah. Light, dark, but really it's darkness first and then the light. It's darkness that comes first. In a lot of different ways, darkness comes first.
Stay in the right 2 lanes.
But anyway, that is that with that. Peace, love, light, and darkness.
In 1.7 miles, turn right onto Old Spanish Trail.
Which all work together to bring balance and harmony first within ourselves and then within our world. So be it, and so shall it be. Bye, guys.